Oh, there it is. Okay.
Hey, how goes it? Ken Bozak from the BitcoinPodcast.com, here to talk about Bitcoin and Bitcoin accessories. And as always, I'm accompanied by John Crothers, aka Cryptotherapy. Hey, say hi, John.
Hi. So,
Hi. Hi.
I'm still trying to get this damn thing up. I'm trying to. It's there. It is. Okay. I was trying to pull that article up and it wasn't coming. There we go.
What up, Ramirez?
So, man.
Ross? What's going on? Yo, someone has a Napster logo. Holy shit, that's retro. What's up, Resin? Resin 3. I like that name, Resin. What's going on, guys? BitThumb hacked? Oh shit, I missed that. Somebody post a link to the BitThumb hack. What? BitThumb hacked? I saw a question mark. Somebody was asking about it. I never saw anything leading to that. Have you heard about that, John?
I don't even know what BitThumb is. What's that?
Right here. It's my BitThumb. No, it's an exchange. It's BitThumb. Hello, hello. What's up, Walker? Anyway, until somebody gets me a link on that, I can't really talk about that. Fuck, man. I know. Somebody get me a link on the BitThumb hack. Anyway, I wanted to talk about Monaro because, well, shit, look at that. It kind of had a pump day. Hump day, pump day. Ethereum refund.
Kind of wish I would have gotten some.
I actually never got any Monero, and I wish I did because it was like 20 bucks when I was eyeing it. And Tone Vase was giving a talk at one of the meetups I host in Philadelphia. And Tone Vase doesn't like fucking anything, and he was talking about how he likes Monero. And I was like, shit, bro, I was about to buy some, and then I like went home and didn't buy any, and I don't know, dude. I got some Dash and shit. You can't buy everything, you know? You can't kick yourself in the ass when you miss out. And I should have, because I like Monero. It's from what I know, it's a fork of Dash. Feel free to correct me in the chat if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's a fork of Dash. It's an anonymous coin. If you look at the chart, I mean, look at the market cap, dude. I mean, they're doing pretty well. They're what, number 11? They had a pretty decent run, a steady climb up, and then, you know, just parabolic volatility just took place today, the past couple hours. And yeah, Ripple's going insane as well. Holla to Ripple. We'll get to Ripple one day someday. But I wanted to talk about Monero because, well, here, check out this video. I think it'll work.
To most people, financial privacy is very important. But banks, big corporations,
James Bond.
and even governments are having their records compromised. The undeniable
Buy whatever
conclusion
altcoin I
is
already
there's
bought.
no safe
Do
place
that.
to conduct private transactions. Well, there wasn't one until now. Meet Monero. Monero is a secure, private, untraceable currency. With Monero, you are your own bank.
Pause. Thank you. Monero was a fork of Darkcoin before it became Dash. Yes, I'm positive that's right, because that's the story that feels good. All right, back to the show.
You control and are responsible for your funds. Monero is private. This means businesses can keep their suppliers in secret, as well as citizens escape government repressions and nosy neighbors or crooks. Monero can also be selectively transparent, and you can choose who you want to see the transactions. Monero is dynamically scalable, which makes it very different from a Bitcoin. Also, the block reward will never drop below 0.3 XMR.
That right there just got me. Wait, the block reward? Oh, I want to rewind that. Rewind. Instant replay, play.
Different from a Bitcoin. Also, the block reward will never drop below 0.3 XMR. And
I was right. It never drops. What the fuck is that? Thank you for the super chat. Yo, oh my god.
It has an active development community with more than 30 contributors.
I got some salt.
Control over your finances and start using Monero today.
Yeah, guys. So I like Monero, man. Private digital currency is important. A lot of people think that Bitcoin is anonymous, and it's not. It's synonymous, right? That's the word.
Pseudo-anonymous.
Pseudo, you know? It's submissive to the anonymous.
Yeah, I was reading something about that actually earlier, too, that Bitcoin transactions can be traced back with cookies or something like that.
Yeah, of course. And I've tried to explain that to people. Like, it's not... You're still using an internet service provider. You're still using a process that will be trackable to a professional. Monero, though... Yeah, you ain't finding out where that came and went and gone from. You ain't doing it.
I think that's why, like, there's no other wallet out there, like a multi-coin wallet or anything like that, that holds Monero, right? Because the developers are pretty much like, you know, we're not releasing
Doesn't Jax
on how to
Monero?
do this. It's figure it out.
Maybe
I don't know. I don't know. Jack's wallet in a while.
Resin said correction. Monero was a fork of Bytecoin, not Darkcoin. I think James Bond said that, but James Bond like disappeared somewhere. Yeah, fork of Bytecoin for your information. My bad. Me and Resin were corrected. Thank you, James Bond and everybody. So yeah, Monero was a fork of Bytecoin. I knew it was a fork of something. I actually never really looked into its history, but I like where it's headed. I really like. I checked out their wallets. Their wallets are pretty cool. Monero. But yeah,
wallets.
Dude, yeah, like for
more than one.
Well, for Mac, I got it for the Mac.
Oh. Yeah. See, I downloaded the Monero wallet for my Windows laptop here, and it was syncing up with the blockchain, but it took forever, and we keep having to go. You know, we go live on these little shows and everything, so I have never fully sunk. But I'm thinking I'm going to go ahead and do that on Friday night, and just let it roll all through the weekend if it needs it, and you know, change my mining allocation over on Genesis and start receiving that shit. And I'm also going to be buying some just to hold on to too, you know.
Yeah, I actually got a $40 mining contract with Genesis Mining. Or 50. I think it was 50. Whatever. The smallest contract I could have got with Monero, and I still haven't received enough Monero in over 2 months to make a payment or the payout.
Yeah, I hear that people are having trouble getting the Monero payouts, but like we're having trouble getting all the payouts, really. But ever since I've had them, and I have never purchased a Monero contract, but I have hash power on it because, you know, people have been using my code to buy it, and I've had my mining allocation set on it to Litecoin the entire time, and that's all I've been receiving on it. But now I'm thinking, I'm in that mindset, like, okay, I want to get some more Monero, you know, as well.
Well, we're still early to all of these parties. Everybody's like, the party's over here, the party's over there. I'm like, I mean, no, not every altcoin's going to survive this, but they're going to have a decent run, and it's not nearly near over. I mean, look at that. Look at this. Yeah. Do you see this, bro? 72. I'm going to hit refresh, see if it goes up. Elevator music, insert here. Nah, not too much. But still, Monaro's having a good day, and here's my theory on why, which brings us to our next topic. My god, the hack over here at Enigma, I believe, yeah, Enigma. Warning, Enigma Slack compromised. Do not send funds. Hi, everyone. And it's not just their Slack. I believe their website and everything else was also compromised for a while. This, I believe it's an ERC20 token. They're using the Enigma as a platform, and Catalyst is their first application on the platform. I actually checked out their token, and it looks cool. I was like, yo, this is pretty neat. I was like, so you're basically, you know, you're basically making hedge fund tools. And if you go over to this article, I don't know if I sent you this one, sorry John, but it's by CoinDesk, and it basically talks about how Enigma is launching a crypto hedge fund creation. So they're talking about revealing a product design. They're going to be calling it Catalyst. That's going to be the application for the trading to take place on the platform, which would be Enigma. I think MIT's doing this. MIT. I went over to the Enigma. Dennis, thank you so much for the super chat, bro. I just saw that. Go Neo. Yes, dude, how is Neo doing? But I scrolled down to this site here, and I saw it. MIT. And I fucks with MIT. Massachusetts Institute of Technology. They actually designed the program I used to make the Android app that I designed. So I developed an Android application with MIT Technologies, and it's just... it made me like what they're doing just from that, and that was forever ago. So I checked it out a little bit more.
With the Bitcoin podcast?
Yeah, the Bitcoin podcast app on
Yeah,
Google
yeah.
Play. It's actually not too hard. I'm going to make a video and show people how to make an app. John, you could literally make an app for your own YouTube channel. I'm going to make an app for my YouTube channel, and I'm just going to post the how-to, and everybody's going to have apps. It's going to be awesome. But, yeah, I think Enigma was awesome, except for the fact that they, over here at the TechCrunch article I have up, hackers nabbed 500,000 as Enigma is compromised weeks before its ICO. So their pre-ICO got hacked for $500 million. Which I'm sorry, I forgot to bring those stories together. The stories come together, everybody. Monaro and hacking shit and stealing shit. Did you not catch the drift? Monaro is private. So you take your stolen shit, you put it in a Monaro, you send that Monaro somewhere else, and then you can buy Bitcoin with that Monaro. Now you're holding Bitcoin that's, ooh, look at all that clean Bitcoin. I mean, that's just what Monaro's for.
Wasn't there just something recently where they, was it the, oh yeah, the wallet with the, what you call it, hack, the WannaCry virus, the wallet that people were paying into that was emptied out, and then they used Shapeshift or something to get Monero or something like that.
Yes, they did the same thing. Yeah, they got their Monero on. Yeah, exactly. That was a while ago. I forgot about that. Everything happened so fast. If anything's like a month old, it's like already a year old.
So did that article or anything tell you that this little hack or whatever they're using Shapeshift as well, or have they wised up to it, or how are they getting their Monero? What are they using?
They haven't gotten that far. You can just almost see that the pump in Monero kind of could correlate to 1,492 Ethereum being stolen and being dumped into something. So I mean, it has a pretty direct correlation. It hasn't been, I believe, like factoid, but you can check out enigma.co. Their domain was compromised, so be careful. Don't be buying into this shit for a while. I was actually like, damn, I kind of wanted to get into this. Like, just look, like, I think the bad publicity is good publicity, because like everyone's gonna be talking about this, and I think they're gonna recoup more than they lost, and I feel like they're probably gonna make things right with their investors, and this is gonna probably be the cheapest publicity they could have ever got.
Yeah.
So yeah, they even tweeted.
People are thanking you for
the
laundering.
Yeah, dude. Anytime, guys. If you ever need to launder money, just check out my show. We'll give you some of the best money laundering advice you'll ever get. Well, don't worry about it. Just send me all your Bitcoin, and I'll wash it in my laundry. Yeah. I'll put it in the dryer. I'll hang it up. I'll send it back to you wrinkle free. So, I don't know, man. Basically, what I wanted to try to make sure that we talked about here was be careful where you throw your money. It doesn't matter how solid anything looks. These fucking guys were using the same password for fucking everything. And that pisses me off. You're using the same email and password with no 2FA. Now, I did read in here that they did announce that they're taking some precautions with fucking 2FA now. Yeah, right here. Step 2, 2FA for such accounts. Are you serious? How did you get $500,000 and didn't think to fucking put two-factor on your shit? I don't even have anything near that. And every time I want to log into even BitConnect, I have to use 2FA. 2FA on everything, bro. Even if you don't care about it.
Yeah.
I'm going to get a t-shirt that says that. 2FA on everything.
Speaking of 2FA, why is it that it seems like mostly everything only in crypto is doing 2FA. Why don't normal banking do 2FA? I mean, I don't. My bank doesn't do it. Does yours? Or right, do you even have a bank?
I do. I use Simple Bank. Simple Bank is a non-physical brick and mortar bank. They're online only. They actually have the best, in my opinion, best banking model ever. And I fucking hate banks. So I hate banks and I love Simple. It's weird. But they don't let me spend money I don't have. So if I'm in my negative, I have zero money. I just don't have money, and I swipe my card, I don't get the shit that I wanted to pay for. They don't just let me borrow $10 and then tell me I owe them 55 and then an additional 35 every 30 fucking days after or some shit. I don't like that. So my bank is awesome because they don't let me spend money I don't have and ask me for it later. And they actually, I messaged them through their support and asked, how do you feel about Bitcoin? Because everybody buying and selling Bitcoin in and out of your bank account, even through Coinbase, make sure your bank is A-okay with Bitcoin in and out, or they're going to freeze your account. So my bank said they're fine with Bitcoin, and legally speaking, they don't see anything wrong with it, so my account should be fine. I was like, awesome, another reason to love Simple. But yeah, everybody should use 2FA. And the fact that they did not use 2FA, I mean, look at the team here. Like, look at these guys. All of these dudes on this team, the whole team, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 11 people. And look at all these investor companies. Fucking 1, 2, 3, 4, MIT, Digital freaking Currency Group, Flybridge, I mean, Floodgate. And nobody was like, yeah, is everything secure, or are you using a good password? Like, they literally said they just started using stronger passwords. Number 1, strong, different, random passwords for each account. That's some fucking junior shit. Like, that's like, me and you starting our own ICO just for fun would have done all of this just out of basic bitch shit. And they're giving a bad name to cryptocurrencies. They're giving a bad name to ICOs. This isn't good, dude. This makes everything look bad. I mean, this is unprofessional, and they got $500,000 stolen. That's real money, dude. Like, it's fucked up. And you know, for all we know, this could have been an inside job. To get in touch with my inner James Bond. Hold up. Oh, James Bond, let me put you on. You know, this could be a fucking inside job. Like, how do we know somebody that was like, you know what? I realized that my boss is literally giving me the same email and password to log in that he uses, and everybody else uses it. I'm going to turn my VPN on, throw up a proxy block, and I'm just going to log in from Thailand and just steal all this ether. I mean, fuck it, right? And that could have happened.
It's like, do you use any kind of like password encryption service that holds on to all of your passwords so that you have access to it in one spot? Or
no, I mean, the only thing I'll use like that is I actually just found out not too long ago, and I'm making a video on this treasure wallet. I've just been really the nightly show takes up a lot of the time, guys, so we're trying to shrink it down a little bit. We'll see how it works out. I want to make other videos besides the nightly show, and it cuts into that because I work 9 hours a day. But I got the treasure wallet here, video coming soon, and you can use them as a like one password type deal where you could hold your stuff on there, and you could use them for 2FA as well. So I wanted to start using that.
Yeah, Ledger does it too, but I've never used Ledger's 2FA.
I'm going to start doing
because
that.
I'm ignorant. I'm ignorant to it. I haven't looked at how to do it. I've just been using Google Authenticator. See what voice crack? Google.
James Bond said I read his mind. Yes! Pat myself on the back for that one. Hey guys, if you haven't, make sure you go ahead and subscribe to James Bond. Just type in James Bond Bitcoin and you'll find the guy. I think he's like the best hidden gem in crypto. I really do. Definitely undervalued.
Or you could just go into the chat and click on the little 3-button thing next to his name and hit on go to channel.
Yeah, do that, John. Always having the better fucking ideas. It's my show, bro.
It's Thunderstone.
God
yeah,
damn.
I was also looking at this other article.
I got it up.
Talking about Bitcoin not going away. Forks are FUD projects. What do you think about that? Like, what do you think about all this forking shit that's going on with it?
The proof is in the pudding, bro. Look at the fucking fork FUD for Ethereum and Ethereum Classic, and look how much money they both made everybody. Look at the fork FUD about fucking Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash, and now they're fucking FUDing SegWit 2x in November. And yeah, keep FUDing. I'm at the point where I realize now that FUDing is a good thing. Fuck everybody. If you're gonna sell your Bitcoin because a goddamn article or a goddamn YouTuber said something stupid, your fault. I'm buying the dip. I will buy your Bitcoin at a discounted price, and you're gonna end up buying it back for 10%, 20% more than you sold it for, and that's gonna be clockwork. I like the idea. I mean, it's fucked up to say it, and I'm not going to be here promoting FUD. So Bitcoin's dead. But every time you see that headline and Bitcoin goes down 10%, buy, because that is fucking FUD.
Yeah, I don't know if this is a bad mindset to have, but Bitcoin might take a little dip for a second, but it's always going to be number one. But way back last month or something like that, I don't know. were talking about how the flipping could happen with Ethereum on the coin market cap and everything. Doesn't really make much of a difference anyway. But that never happened. And then people worried about this Bitcoin Cash taking over, and they were talking about the Segwit 2x shit. And I've also been hearing that there's talk about an emergency hard fork on Bitcoin to compensate for the difficulty adjustments. Have you heard about that?
No, I haven't seen that. Today was just a crazy day.
Because the Bitcoin difficulty constantly goes up, and it's mainly due because of the Bitcoin doesn't look at the most recent blocks to do its adjustment. It looks at the old, and Bitcoin Cash was able to look at the most recent blocks to do its adjustments and shit. And they're talking about doing some kind of emergency hard fork for it. At least that's what I've heard through the grapevine. Don't know how true it is or whatever, but my source really doesn't have any reason to lie about it.
Somebody in the chat actually, I would have to disagree with you, artist formerly known as Dr. Bees. The artist formerly known as Dr. Bees. He said if Bitcoin Cash is like Ethereum fork, BTC is ETH Classic, so ETC, and Bitcoin Cash is ETH Ethereum. I disagree. It's not the same in that sense. Both of the chains code changed. ETC is a pre-change. So that would be like if BTH did nothing at all, but they changed their block size. So they're not Ethereum or Ethereum Classic. It's not the same. This shit, everybody wants to fucking compare something to something else, and like some acts are just uncomparable. I know I like how Little Dicky says you can't compare apples to orange, or why can't you compare apples to oranges? Like, why can't you compare fruit? And some, yeah, I get it. You should be able to compare shit, but like this the Ethereum fork and the Bitcoin fork are different in the sense that both directions changed the original code before the split. So neither one of them are the original, you know what I'm saying? It would be without a bigger block or without SegWit. That would be Ethereum Classic in this case. So maybe I'm fucking wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. Who
You're
farted?
Wrong.
You farted. I thought I smelled that, bro.
Yeah, I was wondering if y'all were going to hear and smell that.
Well, it's your fault. You're the one who bought a super mic.
Oh, yeah, it's got smell-o-vision on it.
So there's a couple articles I wanted to just skim through, things that we could just riff off of. Exchanges might not meet all AML and KYC requirements, but neither do banks. Fuck, banks don't do shit like they're supposed to, and they thrive. I mean, that's the problem though. They're established. They're in a system that's already in power. And if banks, all of them got together and lobbied against crypto, guess what's going to be illegal, you know, or going to be a lot harder to get. So like banks saying like, oh, that exchange over there isn't following the rules, and the exchange over there is saying the same thing. Well, that bank over there isn't following the rules either. Well, the bank's more established, bruh. So all these exchanges better get their shit together, or you're all going to get Bitfinexed out, and we're going to fucking all lose money because exchanges are just going to out. Peace.
The banks are the system, right?
Yes, they are. More Japanese ticket exchange. Major Japanese ticket exchange marketplace now accepts Bitcoin. So when you go to get your tickets in Japan, you can spend Bitcoin, and I believe Europe is doing this as well with all their like motor car transit stuff.
What do you mean?
When you wanted to take a train from like London to Wales or some shit, I'm pretty sure you can pay with like Bitcoin.
Oh, really?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah. They're like
Is that
the trolley, or it's not the trolley, the Amtrak or whatever they got over there. They're fucking their version of the Greyhound.
Yeah, you know, I've been asking about Bitcoin, trying to get them interested in it, and I'm trying to get the dispensaries interested in it. And it seems like I can talk to the same person at the dispensary, and they'll still be like, Bitcoin. I'm like, yeah, I talked to you about Bitcoin last month or last week. Oh, now I remember what you're talking about. It's like it's in the front of their brain when I'm talking to them right then and there. But then like when I come back, then they have to like, oh yeah, Bitcoin. That's right, you were talking about that, and they will not get on this little fiat mindset. It seems like, but I don't know. It's so hard to bring.
You know
it's
what?
so hard to.
When Bitcoin adds a 0 to its value, the time that
Yeah.
you told them to Google it, that's when they're gonna get in.
Yeah, I know, right?
It happens, man. People get FOMO. If you don't get FOMO, you probably aren't going to get into Bitcoin because nobody understands it. They're not like, oh, wow, yeah, I read the white paper. This is fucking solid, man. I'm totally going to put my money in this. No, they're just like, holy shit, you made how fucking much money in Bitcoin? All right, shut up and take my money.
And I tell them every time, like when I got into it, it was $700, and the first time I ever looked at it, it was $10. And today, it's around $4,000. And they're like, oh, wow, that's a lot of gains. Anyway, get out the door here. Here's your receipt. So,
The Coin Alley said, how was the Gorilla Glue? That is actually my favorite strain. And John, have you heard that Gorilla Glue Company is suing the company that patented the strain Gorilla Glue for marijuana?
No, I didn't. And
yes, it's happening, bro.
I know about that strain.
Well, yeah, Gorilla Glue is probably my favorite strain. It's the best, and unfortunately they're getting sued by Gorilla Glue, the adhesive company. And from what I found out and read, this is actually going to be like one of those cases where it's like, John versus BitConnect or something. They're going to use this as a reference because this could be the template for like Reese's Pieces or Skittles to sue whatever company named their weed after them. So if you named your patent marijuana strain after some patent company already, you're probably fucked.
Well, it seems like every week there's a news out anyway, too.
I think somebody said, what are your thoughts on Bitcoin being ruined by greedy miners? Would this have happened if Satoshi hadn't bailed? No, yeah, this would have happened. It's decentralized, and people can do whatever the fuck they want. I don't care. Even if, what's his name? Oh, God. Craig Wright is Satoshi Nakamoto. It's still, he's right. It doesn't matter. At this point, it doesn't matter. Unless you're going to drop your private keys and move like a whale, and you're going to flex your whale, then it doesn't matter. Until Satoshi comes and if Satoshi woke up today and dumped his Bitcoin Cash, we would know which crypto is going to succeed without a doubt. You know what I mean?
Help us, Satoshi Nakamoto. You're our only help. Our only hope. I fucked that up.
That's awesome. Gorilla Glue will win.
Hey,
James Bond, that's a very open-ended statement. Which one?
But before we wrap it up here, I was going to ask you, did you get any exposure to the eclipse today?
I was at work. I ran out, saw the eclipse, and it was just a giant Bitcoin just blocking out the fucking sun, bro. It was so weird.
You're in Jersey, right? So you probably didn't get too much of it.
No, it was very sunny. Or no, it was very cloudy. I couldn't see shit. Actually, I wanted to, act like my leader, my president. So I didn't even use the glasses. I just looked at the sun and was like, for the president.
Right. You're gonna end up with glasses like me, man.
Yeah. Or just have I want one of those cool tapping sticks. You get to tap everything and nobody gets mad if you grab their tit.
Right. But out here in Colorado, we got 92% eclipse. It wasn't enough to like get really dark, but out here it definitely did dim. And being a mile high, a lot closer to the sun than a lot of people are at sea level, you can tell that you are by feeling the sun's radiance coming down on you, and it feels more intense, right? So then when the eclipse happened and the moon was passing in front of the sun, you could definitely feel all that radiance just being blocked, and it was actually pretty pleasant outside. It was pretty cool, and it did dim just a little bit, but it was a really nice little dimming. I just sat outside for a while and just enjoyed it.
Did you get to see the leaves do that cool leaf shadow thing?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, I got 36 years till I'll ever be able to see that again. But my idea is I just smoke a lot of weed and look at a picture of it, and I'm like, yo, look at these leaves.
Well, the next eclipse will be April 8th, I think, 2024. Ooh. So it's not too far away.
When the next eclipse takes place, how much do you think Bitcoin will be worth?
How much do I think what?
How much do you think 1 Bitcoin will be worth when that next eclipse takes place in 2024?
Well, that'd be after the halvening, so maybe...
Actually, that would be the next halvening, wouldn't it? 2020, 2024 would be the next, right?
Holy shit. So...
We'd be at we'd be at a supply issuance of like 3 or something.
Yeah. So, shit. Maybe 50 really nice, huh? Maybe that's being conservative, because I've also seen little news articles pop up here and there saying that $100,000 in the next decade.
Yeah, I'm with that. I think John McAfee kind of nailed it with the whole $500,000 by 2020. I was thinking of maybe 50, but if you look at the rate of adoption and the supply issuance, the supply and demand, it's all adds up. Like, this is going to make us all fucking rich. It doesn't matter if you have 0.0001 Bitcoin or 1 Bitcoin. In a few years, not that far out, you good. Like, we all good, man.
Yeah, in fact, I just bought some Bitcoin while we were talking here. I bought $100 worth.
Yeah, I actually bought you $100 worth. I just gotta wait for it to clear, and then I can send it to you. So the viewers who actually contributed to that can help pay for that that webcam you got. But to speak on John McAfee,
y'all didn't have to do that.
John, check out. Guess what happened today?
An eclipse.
Well, it was, for me, cooler than the eclipse. No, John McAfee actually said that he will be coming on my show Wednesday.
Oh, shit. Really?
Yes. So I will be interviewing John McAfee, the John McAfee of McAfee, now MGT, on my show. I'm not 100% sure why me. I'm totally going to ask him. Like, hey, bro, why did you send me the Sentinel? And can I smoke a blunt with you on your yacht?
There you go.
2 of the I gotta ask questions. It looks like we're running out of time and we did not hit our marker, but this is a new format, and everybody, let me explain why I tried to condense this video. It looks like people just stop watching after 30 minutes. Nobody watches, so I had to condense it. Me and John will probably have a guest on, but we'll do the entire show with the guests from beginning to end, so there'll be 3 of us to talk about some daily topics. But yeah, me and John, every night during the week, we're gonna try to get together, do a video from 10 p.m. till 10:30 p.m. and we'll talk about some of the daily topics. And again, we're gonna try to bring in an altcoin or some kind of token so we have something different to talk about, and then we'll talk about the Bitcoin news of the day. It wasn't scalable what we were doing before. I need something that's gonna scale. I do want to do the giveaways, but unfortunately, I can show you guys my analytics from YouTube. I do not make 0.1 Litecoin back in views on YouTube. So in order to keep it sustainable, I have to make sure I'm making the money that I'm giving away, not just giving away money that I'm earning at my day job, which would suck. So that's kind of why we changed the layout. John, what did you think of the layout change? Do you have any ideas or anything we could riff off? Any comments or anything? Anybody?
I was actually trying to rack my brain early before I got on here to see if there was anything else that I could throw in. But I kind of like the format, doing this little 30-minute little deal. It doesn't feel so drawn out and everything, like we're trying to fill something, you know? Because it's kind of nice to just get on here and bullshitting with you. And just talking about crypto, because, I mean, I ain't got nobody else here to talk about it with, so.
Well, yeah, maybe this is what we'll do. We'll find an altcoin, and we'll just go to the Cointelegraph page. We'll pick out just the headlines. We won't read the articles. We'll pick out a couple of the headlines. We'll riff on the headlines, and then we can chat with the chat box. What do you guys think? What does the chat box think?
The chat box said, ask John McAfee if he really is going to eat his own dick.
Oh, I will. That's definitely on the fucking list. That's like highlighted with a dick pic drawn next to it, and like one of those like chomping mouths that are winded up like ding 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 ding. I definitely want to ask him that. John's fucking cool. Like, I don't think most people understand that John McAfee is fucking cool. Like, the dude is down to earth. He just a little crazy because he's fucking rich. People, like, you would call me crazy if I had $1 million. You know what I mean? Like, you imagine the shit that you would do with that amount of money? Like, yeah, of course people are going to call you crazy. You have a spotlight on you. Look what happened to fucking anybody. Look at Justin Bieber to fucking Miley Cyrus, and of course you can make a story out of somebody like John, but I mean, he's cool. He's not gonna get butthurt if I ask him about eating his dick. I mean, he fucking said he would eat his own dick on the internet. He said, I'll eat my own dick on live TV. The dude's pretty cool. So I'm not too worried about, like, chatting with him. I'm just, like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to ask the questions that are deserving of John's time. You know what I mean? So I actually have my a co-host from the Bitcoin Podcast Network, Dr. Corey Petty. He'll be on with me to ask some of the questions that are way above my head, and then I can ask all the so you're really going to eat your dick, John, questions.
Truth Monster said you should do 2 hours a night.
2 hours?
Do we look like Oz? Huh? Can't do that.
Ugh, there's not even, like, we got 59 people watching and we got 25 thumbs up. There ain't even, the people that are currently watching don't even like what they are watching. So we can't go any farther. Now, if you guys were hitting the thumbs up button and there was like fucking 58 live viewers and 58 thumbs up, guess what? We're not signing off. I'm not going to get offline if that shit's popping. But I'm sorry, it's not the case. I do really appreciate the super chats. It really helps make it, not saying worthwhile, but it makes it, like, sustainable. You know what I mean? Like, I want to do the giveaways. I want to dedicate my time to this stuff. And I could be making videos on the treasure and getting 10,000 views instead of, you know, 58 views. I want to do this because it's informative. And people need to talk about the daily news, man. I mean, the Crypto Network does a really good job. I just think that they go above a lot of people's heads as well. And me and John, I feel like we keep it right on the, you know, the level-headed spot where people understand when we're talking about the issues and not having to Google shit after Tone Vase over-explains something. I mean, the show is great, but it's not for the people that are tuning in here, you know? We're talking to the people that just want to shoot the shit and understand, not, like, hear people talk about things and be like, oh, he sounds smart because I don't know what he said.
And Jeffrey Butts said lighting. I don't know whose lighting he's talking about, though.
I don't know. Mine. It could be yours. Yours is, like, very reflective.
Well, that's because I got
You're gonna have to wear a hat so it can absorb the light.
All
right.
Maybe that's what he means. It's right, huh?
Oh, that might be it. So yeah, guys, what do you, should we send Trump a wallet with some Bitcoin? Think that would help? If you send Donald Trump Bitcoin, I will something. I don't know yet, but it won't be good.
I'll take my shirt off.
Yeah, no. John will take his shirt off. I ain't doing that because then people will send that asshole Bitcoin.
And I was going to say, when you took your shirt off on that one show, someone paid you. I don't know if they wanted me to take my shirt off, but at that time I wasn't going to because I just had the surgery and shit. So just putting that out there, you know, it's not like I was trying to stiff you or anything.
Alright guys, so yeah, check out Monaro. Monaro's doing good things. They're having a decent day. Personally, I don't like to buy when anything goes over 30%. It has to consolidate eventually. Sometimes they don't, so I'm not a fucking expert or anything, so don't take my advice at all. But I'm just saying this shit went up in 24 hours. Somebody somewhere is taking profit eventually, and it will come back down. And I'm looking at buying back in on that Monaro, or not buying back in, but buying in on that dip for Monaro. I'm gonna have at least a handful of Monaro. I want to hold them. And if you're looking at that Enigma ICO for the Catalyst application, just be careful. I would not throw money at this particular ICO for a couple days until they figure out their shit and find out if they're giving people their money back that they basically lost. $500,000 gone. 1,500 about Ether gone. So that looks like what's pushing the Monaro up. And then again, like John was saying, you know, the Bitcoin going away. Bitcoin is not going away. Forks are FUD projects. That's true. You know, people are going to be talking about FUD, and it's going to be hits. You know, look at if I name a video, go through. Oh shit, I did do that. All right, so I did some clickbait, but it was like some satire ass like irony shit. But like I said, Ethereum is dead, and that's got like 30,000 views. It's fucked up, but I did it because it was ironic because it dropped from like $400 to $170. So Ethereum's dead. And in the video I said, no, it's not. This was a little while ago, dude, like a month ago. Ethereum dipped hard. And I was like, oh, Ethereum is dead. And like, because every fucking article was about Ethereum dying. And I'm like, you do understand, guys, that this is their job. Talk about shit like Fox talks about shit. Get hits. That's all these companies care about. That's all anybody cares about it when it comes to publications. And you can see that when they title things like that. So, personally, I agree. Fork is FUD projects. Just, don't worry about it and buy the dips. What's your takeaway from this, Johnny boy?
Get more Bitcoin. Actually, now that I've been through a fork of Bitcoin now, I think I sold my Bitcoin Cash a little too soon. But then again, I didn't know that it was going to skyrocket up to $800 and back down. But I think next time, if there is a fork like this, or when there is a fork like this again, I'm going to hold on to it just for a little bit and see what happens with it. Right? And by the time when that does happen, I will have way more Bitcoin to trade with if I so choose. But when this fork came around, I didn't have a whole lot. I just stopped doing the cloud money thing, and I've started, taking in my payouts and everything, and not reinvesting in everything. So, I'm holding and trading. That's really all. That's it. So, that's why I'm going to get more Bitcoin. But yeah, and as far as the ICO thing, I never get into ICO. So I don't know what to think about that because it doesn't really concern me. But just being honest,
Yeah, and again, guys.
And I think that everybody should use 2FA, even though that there is a chance that anything can be hacked. But it's better than not having it at all,
I wish you could see what I see. That is awesome.
What do you see?
What the fuck is this? Yo, who did this? Wow. So this had 700 million visits. Whoever owns trumpdonald.org, put a fucking Bitcoin address on this now.
Oh, DonaldTrump.org?
Trumpdonald.org. Dude, this is fucking great.
Pulling it up.
Who told me to go here again? Resin. This is fucking hilarious, dude. Good call. He said go to trumpdonald.org on the air. Well, done. Did that. Hey, Omar Bell, get Roger Ver. Cash me outside. How about that? Yeah, Roger. Roger's above my pay grade too, but I'd love to have Roger on the show. I don't know, cause he's a smart fucking guy.
Yeah.
Yo, John, I knew it, right, dude? This is fucking brilliant.
Oh, confetti. Oh, everybody go to it. Here. Oh, man, that's funny.
This is the best fucking thing ever. You can't comment in the chat box with a link, bruh. My show.
Is that all this is?
Oh, wait. You can. I think you and me are the only ones then. Oh, because you're a moderator. That's why. Cool. Whoa.
What the
Kevin
fuck?
Smith. Who hurt you? Roger Ver is
yeah,
cool.
a lot of shit he was saying wasn't making any sense.
Yeah, he's a damaged man. Kevin Smith. Do you need a hug?
Said something right here. Atheists and flat earthers can't handle reality. Now, I'm not a flat earther, but I am an atheist, and I handle reality just fine, a lot better than what other people can.
I want the earth to be flat just so everybody that says it isn't flat just feels like an asshole. I mean, that's the only reason. I want it to be so bad. So bad.
For anybody who thinks that the Earth is flat, just take a look at the moon, right? Whenever the Earth casts a shadow on the moon, it's a crevice. You're looking at a round shadow.
Yeah, but that's because it's casting a shadow from the bottom of the round, flat Earth, bro. It's still a disc that can cast a round shadow. It would have to be on this side to cast a flat shadow. It's on the bottom, bro. That's how the flat... I don't fucking know what I'm saying, dude. I just feel like that's what they say. Hodl Trump coin. Yo, Omar, you're a nut. I love it, though. Now he's deleting all his comments. I'm pretty sure that my girlfriend did that, Matt. That was... I don't know why. They're there forever. They were already on the feed, but... Anyway, I guess we should wrap it up, because I only wanted to do 30 minutes, and we're still working on the fucking... The whole format of this show, guys. We're just going to condense it tomorrow night. No more guests, just me and John, or randomly we'll have people. But anyway, again, I already said my piece. John, anything you wanted to say?
Yeah, I think people like this little part where we're just talking a bunch of nonsense anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, so let's not talk about Bitcoin for 30 minutes and see how great that does on a Bitcoin channel.
Right?
It's like, have you guys heard about that weed strain and that porn star and that kickflip thing and nothing to do about crypto? People reported him. Ah, Kevin Smith. You bad.
People reported them.
Yeah. Anyway, alright guys, so again, in the chat, let us know what you think of the show format. We're going to try to make it smaller. 30 minutes is the goal. We're just going to riff on topics, and we're going to have an altcoiner a talking to make sure we go through, just to dig around it, see what else is out there. New coins are being invented every day, and there's news every day, so 10:30 p.m. Eastern. We'll have your daily recap here. So you don't have to go around and fucking search for everything. We'll probably have the best stories throughout the day to talk about here. I mean, me and John, I don't know about John, but pretty much this is all I fucking fuck with anymore is Bitcoin.
Yeah, I fuck with it. What do you know?
A little bit. A little bit. Alright, guys. Alright, guys. Thank you so much. Please go ahead and hit the thumbs up button. It just helps people find the channel, find the show, find this. Don't forget to click subscribe. In the description box below, there is a link to Cryptotherapy. Click the link to Cryptotherapy. Go subscribe. I know James Bond left, but go subscribe to James Bond. Subscribe to The Coin Alley, the 21 Million Club. Shout out to Boss Lady, Omar Bile. I believe that's how you say your name. Hey, Jeff and Brent, thank you guys for being so talkative. I see that we had... Truth Monster was in the house. DOHC-ness was in the house. You do know I will be asking John McAfee if he truly will eat his own dick on live TV if Bitcoin does not reach $500,000 by the year 2020. And I also will be asking him which Bitcoin he meant to talk about. Was it BTC or was it BCH? We don't know.
I guess he's kind of safe there, huh? Because he didn't specify.
And on that note, have a night.